Today on College Football 26, I'm going to be simulating the career of Keelon Russell on both college football and Madden 26. Will he live up to the hype of the number 2 ranked prospect, or will he become a bust and just be bad? Let's get into it. Starting off on College Football 26, he's going to be 83. Obviously, he committed to Alabama. He committed on June 4th, 2024, I'm pretty sure, after being committed to, I think it was SMU, but yeah. He stands at 6'3", 192. Here's a look at his ratings. Obviously, he has that star development. Kind of pretty good accuracy, but he is a scrambler at heart. Well, I guess he's also a dual threat according to his college, what's it called, archetype, I think it's called. But anyway, looking at his physical, he has silver down here, bronze extender, bronze option king, silver dot, and gold tier mobile resistance. So that's very good, at least for a freshman it is. But anyway, Keelon would not play any games at Alabama this year as he is the quarterback number 2. Also, he's an 80, not an 83. I got that wrong. That's on me. But yeah, he sat behind Ty Simpson, I'm pretty sure. But on the season year, Alabama would go 9-3, losing to Georgia, Tennessee, and then he ended up losing to Oklahoma in week number 12. But they are playing in the first round of the college football playoff against Texas Tech. Let's take a look at the college football playoff bracket really quick. Here's a look at it. And Keelon isn't the starter this year, so I'm not going to be showing any gameplay until he is the starter. But in the first round, we would lose to Texas Tech, 35-26 in the first round of the college football playoff. And Notre Dame would get their revenge, not on Ohio State, but they would win the national championship, 42-27. Now in year number 2, though, Keelon did end up redshirting, but he is now an 83 overall. Last year, he was an 83 with morale boost. Now he is a true 83, 85 with the morale boost. And here's a quick look at his ratings if you were interested in that. In year number 1, though, Keelon would lead Alabama to a 10-2 record. They would lose to Ohio State and Ole Miss, surprisingly, but they're in the SEC championship against Oklahoma. Also, 73-7 win. That is absolutely insane. Obviously, they have a 99 overall offense, which Keelon and Ryan Williams, obviously that very good wide receiver. Was he the number 1 recruit in his class? I'm pretty sure is what he was, but anyway, let's get into the SEC championship versus Oklahoma. Obviously, they're 94. We are 97. Well, I can show you the college football playoff from the 2026 season, but that last result, the last season result, that was from the 2026 season, the 2027 season. So yeah, this is the 2026 season, as you can see. That is why we are 11-3, because we beat UCLA, I think it was, and then we lost to Texas Tech. But here's Keelon's stats ability: 4,072 yards to 42 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the air. And on the ground here, once I get to it, okay, you know what? I'm just going to keep on speaking. You can look at it yourself. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, that was the 2027 results. And this is the 2026 season, as I just said. But, yeah, this season, also, they did that without Ryan Williams. I'm just now realizing, oh my gosh, absolute goats here. Ryan Williams is going to leave for the NFL draft, which I'm not using actual NFL players in the draft once I do that and whatnot, but yeah, might cut out. But anyway, here, Keelon's development trade, first of all, went up to elite, but yeah, if you want me to use actual draft classes, just let me know. I just need to know that. But yeah, Keelon is now up to a 92 overall in the 2027 season. As we saw, they went 10-2, which, yeah, I kind of have to spoil that for you. But, yeah, anyway, here is a look at his stats. He has pretty good accuracy. He has 98 throw power already. His quickness and his elusiveness are maxed out, which, yeah, he's a dual threat, obviously. But, yeah, let's get into the season, which we already know they're going to go 10-2 because I kind of spoiled that. I kind of ruined it. That is on me. Sorry for the confusion, but we are now back in the ACC championship. You saw that that went by quick. But we won the SEC championship. We won 38-28. It was a pretty pretty low scoring game in the first half, if I remember correctly. But we're going to take down the Sooners, so that's really good. this year Bryce Underwood would end up taking home the Heisman, which that was my last career simulation. I don't mean to spoil anything, but if you want to go see that, he did not go to Clemson, which, I mean, that's not really a spoiler, but whatever. But if you want to go see a Bryce Underwood career simulation, go check out my last video. But Alabama will hold the number 3 seed in the college football playoff and will take home the winner of Tulane and USC. I don't know why I said take on. I meant take on the winner of Tulane and USC, which is, I think that was what it was. Yeah, it was. I suck at speaking English. That is on me. But we are going to play USC. Looks like they took down Tulane, and we will see them in the Sugar Bowl. Let's check out the score really quick. It was a 31-10 game. USC beat Tulane. Let's get into the game. Okay, you know what? You're gonna hate me for losing a lot of clips, but guess what? I did. Don't blame me. I was sick. Okay? Can't blame a sick man. But anyway, 31-26 victory for the Alabama Crimson Tide over USC. And we are going to play Oklahoma in the first round. Sorry, not the first round. The third round. As, yeah, that was the SEC championship as we saw. But, yeah, let's get into it. It looks like we are going to win the game. I think that might be, yup, that is it. We won the Cotton Bowl over Oklahoma. And we are in the national championship against Bryce Underwood and the Clemson Tigers, which, once again, that was my last career simulation. If you want to see that, go check it out. But anyway, Alabama would beat Oklahoma 44-17, if you were wondering. Now we are in the national championship. Alabama is up 7-0. Now it is 7-7. Also, sorry, I recorded this a little bit late into the first quarter, but I play on 10-minute quarters with 10-second run clock, just to make it a bit realistic for the run clock. But we are up 24-17, 31-17, 38-17, 38-24. Now they're coming back. Could they make a comeback? Will Bryce? It's not looking too good, but maybe. Nope, 45-30. Yup, this game is in our hands. 45-30. The Alabamsan, that is not a word. Alabama Crimson Tide are national championships. Oh my gosh, I always say that. When I mean national champions, this is bad. I'm just going to continue this, but we win 45-30 over Bryce Underwood and the Clemson Tigers. There's a look at him in a Clemson uniform, even though this is not his career simulation. He's on Clemson. Who cares? But I get to do what I want. This is my channel. Screw you. No, I'm just kidding. But there's Keelon Russell in the background. But yeah, here is a look at the Alabama Crimson Tide National Championship animation. What a game, but there is a look at the full completed college football playoff bracket. And now we got to get into some stats for Keelon, but first we just got to see. I just had to. Is this a rematch? It was a rematch. Clemson came up on top the first time. But yeah, 45-40. It was a similar score too. But now, sorry for the confusion there. Let's get into Keelon Russell's stats on the season. He threw for 4,600 yards to 46 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And on the ground, he went for 504 rushing yards to 3.2 average yards per carries and 8 touchdowns on the ground. As for All-Americans, he made second team All-ACC as well. But in year 3 of his college career, Bryce actually wants to leave for the NFL draft, but he's projected 3rd round. I mean, yeah, you're 92, but I mean, he's 95 with the morale boost, I guess. So, yeah, you could leave for the draft, but you're projected round 3. I don't know why would you do that. That's exactly what Bryce Underwood did. Oh, I kind of spoiled that, but I'm sorry. But anyway, if you haven't seen that already, just go see it. Just go see it at this point. But Keelon Russell is here now at a 75 overall at 20 years old. And here's a quick look at his stats. I have a how to make in my notes, so if you want me to just copy and paste to give you that, I'll let you give it. But he has superstar development. But here's a take a look at his stats. Here's a take a look at his stats. That is not weird. But let's get into the draft here, the 2028 NFL draft. There's the draft animation, which was in last video. You probably already watched last video at this point. Go watch last video if you haven't. But will he go first overall? He will not go first overall. Will he go second overall? Probably not. But let's take a look at where he's projected to go. He's actually projected to go 67th. That's a little odd. I mean, yeah, but he's a 75. I feel like his draft stock should at least go up just a bit. But will he go to the Bears? They probably already have Caleb Williams. They take a running back. Will the Miami Dolphins take him? I mean, maybe Tua's not here. No, they will also take a running back, to my surprise. Will the Broncos take him? Bo Nix is actually out week 1. Okay, they do take a quarterback, but it is not him. It is Andrew Good. Which, by the way, once again, those are custom auto-generated rookies, which if you want to see real rookies, let me know. I'll probably do it anyway. I'll just do it for better reasoning. I don't know what I'm on about, but Caden Proctor goes to the Seahawks. That's not Caden Proctor. I don't know why. When I saw Proctor, I immediately thought it was him, but anyway, going through a few, okay, I thought that was a quarterback taken. I was about to crash out, but that is a quarterback taken. The Carolina Panthers take a quarterback. Well, the Browns take a quarterback. Maybe they need one. They do need one, and they take one. But it is not Keelon. Will the Ravens, sorry, not the Raiders, but going to my user pick, he is not here, so let's just get into the draft results. But let's see here. He fell out of the first round, but he ended up going second round over here, 14th overall in the second round, to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's take a look at him in a Jaguars uniform. Also, 12 is taken, obviously, by Travis Hunter, but obviously he's hidden dev here at a 75 overall. Keelon Russell. Let's get into his Madden career simulation. In year number 1, I guess Trevor Lawrence left, but Keelon is going to be the starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars behind, I don't know, some rookie. I don't know. Well, it's going to be a 75 overall, but I already looked. Trevor Lawrence is on the Colts. He's going to be the starting quarterback for him. I guess Anthony Richardson didn't pan out, which I wanted him to. But here is a look at Trevor Lawrence in an Indianapolis Colts jersey, which I'm just realizing, division rival. I don't know why I never think of the Jags and the Colts as division rivals, which it's Indiana and Florida. That just doesn't make sense in my mind. But anyway, let's look at year number 1 here. The Jacksonville Jaguars will go 8-9 on the season, finishing 3rd in the AFC South, 11th in the AFC. Stats-wise, Keelon would throw for 3,299 yards on 24 touchdowns to 13 interceptions, which, I mean, this is a solid rookie season. I mean, it's not the best, but I want to take a look before we get into the rushing. He's up to an 82 overall scrambler, which, yeah, it's scrambler. I don't know why he's scrambler. He's supposed to be an improviser, which I think that just basically means dual threat. I'm pretty sure, but he's ranked the 26th best quarterback in the NFL right now. But also, just want to say traits. If you want me to add any traits to any players, I'll just give you the list of my next few career simulations. And oh my gosh, that's Derrick Henry. 455 yards on the ground for Keelon on 96 carries, 4.7 average yards per carries, and 5 touchdowns. And on the season here, the Baltimore Ravens would beat the Dallas Cowboys 28-20, and Keelon would take home Offensive Rookie of the Year. In year 2 now, Keelon Russell is going to be 21 years old, sitting at an 83 overall. And also, I just want to see how Travis Hunter is doing. He is a 92, which obviously I said he has Keelon's number 12, but yeah, compared to Keelon, he's an 83, which I think Travis Hunter is an 83 in the actual game, but, well, as a rookie. But the Jacksonville Jaguars are now up to 185. Let's see how they can do. They finish 11-6 on the season, first in the AFC South, and they get the 3rd seed in the AFC in the playoffs, and they are going to be playing the Los Angeles Chargers in the first round of the NFL playoffs, which, just, if you haven't seen it already, just go to the Bryce Underwood sim. This is where Bryce Underwood played at. If you haven't seen that career simulation, go already watch it. Go watch it. 3,890 passing yards from Keelon this year on 28 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. On the ground, he is going to throw for 358 yards on 85 carries to 4.2 average yards per carries and 7 touchdowns. And the Jacksonville Jaguars will make it all the way to the Super Bowl playing the New York Giants, the number 1 seed in New York Giants. It's going to be a very tough ride, but we beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship 38-21. Just wanted to show that. But now let's get into Keelon's first Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure I'm not spoiling anything. Not saying it. Go watch Bryce Underwood's career simulation if you haven't already. Oh my gosh. Go. I'm so sorry if you've watched it already. It's just I need you to go watch that, okay? Don't go watch it if you already have, but yeah. We're up 17-16. Can we win a Super Bowl year number 19-17? We're in field goal range. What? No. You have to do something if you're in field goal range there. Cam Little, he had what, a 70-yard field goal? He can hit like a, what was it, a 40-yard field goal? Come on, EA. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, that Gatorade looks atrocious. I always hated that Gatorade. It just looks so bad. It looks like slime, like Nickelodeon slime. You know that show, the Nickelodeon, what's it called? I don't remember what. There's Keelon. Just putting salt in the wound, yeah, it's just crazy. Just got to move on here. In year number 3 here, Keelon Russell is now at an 89 overall at age 22, which also his speed is still at an 84. I don't know why. He's literally a scrambler. I don't know why players, they don't move up their speed. That happened in the Bryson Wood career simulation too. But year number 3 now, the Jacksonville Jaguars were finished 7th in the AFC, 2nd in the AFC South, finishing 10-7, and they were going to be playing the number 2 seeded Denver Broncos in the first round. As for stats for Keelon, 2,942 yards, which he only played a few games. It looks like N. Sydney, whoever that is, got some playing time too, but 19 touchdowns to 1 interceptions for him. He's from Washington State, Wazoo. I don't know why. Wazoo just is fun to say, okay? Don't judge me. But anyway, 289 yards here from Keelon on 75 carries to 3.9 average yards per carry and 6 touchdowns. As for the playoffs, though, in the first round, we would lose to the now in the Super Bowl Denver Broncos 20-17. Obviously, the number 2 seed. They're going to be playing the number 7 seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won against the number 3 seed Los Angeles Rams 28-17. But anyway, they would lose in the Super Bowl 24-19. The Denver Broncos beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but yeah, that's going to be it for the Super Bowl. But yeah, I just realized I didn't take a look at the awards last year, but here's a look at that. Anyway, in year number 4 here, Keelon is still a superstar. Just wanted to say that. I don't know why, but 91 overall at 23 years old. Also, got sidetracked last time. Traits, if you want me to add traits, I'll give you the list of things, but also contract. Let's say that. 2031. Okay, so he does have 1 year left. I just had to see that. But yeah, traits. If you want me to add traits to players, I'll give you a list of my future career simulations, and you can ask for just traits if you want to make players realistic or anything. But in year number 3 now, it's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars going 8-9. I don't know why I said that like they won the Super, like it's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers or something like that, you know what I mean. But 3,757 passing yards from Keelon on 33 touchdowns, not 23, to 7 interceptions, and on the ground he's going to run for 429 yards on 93 carries for 4.6 average yards per carries, but no touchdowns, weirdly. On the Super Bowl, though, it's going to be the San Francisco 49ers beating the Las Vegas Raiders 24-17, and once again, no awards for Keelon this year. But anyway, at year number 5 now, it's going to be Keelon at a 93. Now he's an improviser, which is what I wanted him to be, but contract time. He signed a 3-year deal with the Keelon Russells, the Jacksonville Jaguars, not the Keelon Russells, for $66.1 million. But next season here, the Jags will finish last in the AFC South, but it's going to be 8-9 once again, just like last season. But anyway, stats for Keelon here: 3,668 passing yards for him, for 36 touchdowns and 10 interceptions on passing and on the ground here. Once my past self gets to it, I was sick once again, but 477 passing yards to 86 carries to 5.5 average yards per carries and 4 touchdowns. And in the Super Bowl, it's going to be the Atlanta Falcons beating the Denver Broncos 27-20, and no awards once again for Keelon, unfortunately. Year number 6 here, I'm going to say this is his prime, 96 overall at 25 years old, which, I mean, I guess it's actually not his prime. I guess it's a year away from his prime, but the Jags are an 83 overall, if you're wondering. Also, I don't know how you're going 8-9 with Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. as your 2 receivers, which actually Travis Hunter is not listed as a receiver, weirdly. I guess he's not 2A in this game. Let me know if he is or if he isn't. But anyway, here, Jacksonville would go 8-9 on the season here. Not make the playoffs once again, but they go 8-9. What is this, the 3rd year they went 8-9, I'm pretty sure? But on the passing, that's usually you say on the ground, but 3,503 yards, 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions on 460 attempts and 317 completions. But anyway, on the ground here, it's going to be 525 rushing yards from Keelon on 112 carries to 4.7 average yards per carries and 9 touchdowns. And in the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be the New Orleans Saints taking it home, beating the Los Angeles Chargers 28-10. And yep, you guessed it, no awards, no hardware for Keelon. And I don't know why this next thing happens. This is exactly what happened in the Bryson Underwood career simulation, which you haven't watched it already. Go watch it. I'm sorry, I crashed out on that a lot, but anyway, yeah, he's a star dev. I don't know why. Always after 26, he's going to be superstar X Factor at 99 overall in like 2 years. Watch it happen. Mark my words. That's exactly what happened in the Bryson Underwood career simulation, which once again, go watch it. Anyway, the Jags would go 8-9 on the season once again, finishing 9th in the AFC, 3rd in the AFC South. But anyway, as for Keelon's stats here, he's going to throw for 3,321 yards on the season, 25 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. But on the ground here, rushing wise, He's going to run for 464 yards on 87 carries for 5.3 average yards per carries and 7 touchdowns. And this season, the Bears would take home the Super Bowl, beating the Cincinnati Bengals 35-32, and no hardware once again for Keelon. And it looks like Keelon got his superstar ability back, but he is now a 98 at 27 years old. Watch it. Next season, he's going to be a 99 superstar X Factor. Mark my words. I've played these games before, okay, pal? For your information, I know my way around the whatever. But anyway, Keelon would also sign a 7-year deal. I forgot this is his contract year, and he would sign a 7-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars, re-signing for $337 million on this season, or not this season, for all the 7 years. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, you guessed it, would go 8-9 once again, 10th in the AFC, 3rd in the AFC South. I'm getting so good at that. I'm so proud of myself for that, because I sucked at it in the Bryce Underwood career simulation, because it was my first career simulation. First time talking in a while, but 3,615 passing yards here from Keelon on 24 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's really good. I mean, interceptions-wise, it's pretty good interceptions-wise, but let's see, does he have a superstar back? Which, okay, yeah, he does have a superstar back, which we already went through that, but he's up to a 99. Watch it next year. Mark my words, he's going to be superstar X Factor, but 447 yards on the ground from Keelon on 82 carries for 5.5 average yards per carry and 5 touchdowns. Then the Bears would end up going back-to-back, beating the New England Patriots, this time 31-24. I said that so wrong, the New England Patriots, but anyway, here that's going to be it. And guess what happened? I played these games before, Pally. 99 overall at Superstar X Factor 2 years after going down to Star Dev. I told you, but he's now the number 3 ranked quarterback in the NFL, so that's really cool. Also, let's see his X Factor. He has Bazooka. However, next season, the Jags would not go 98, but they would go 10-7 this time, making the playoffs, 4th seed in the AFC, first in the AFC South, so that is very good. They're not south of the South anymore. I tried to make a joke there. It didn't really work out well, but anyway, they're going to be playing the Las Vegas Raiders, the number 5 seed, in the first round of the Super Bowl playoffs. I don't know why. I'm always used to saying college football playoffs, so I say Super Bowl playoffs, but 3,500 yards from Keelon here, 28 touchdowns to 1 interception. I almost said 6. It looked like a 6. Shut up. Who cares? You're a loser. No, I'm just kidding. You are a very cool person. God bless you. But 468 rushing yards from Keelon to 84 carries, 5.6 average yards per carries, 3 touchdowns on the game. Sorry for the horrible start there. I'm really scared for this. They are 90 overall, but yeah, we lost in the first round. As you can see, the Raiders will win the Super Bowl, beating the Detroit Lions 21-16. Finally, at 30 years old now, Keelon is still a 99 overall. I just wanted to show he's 30 years old. It doesn't matter, whatever. This season, it looks like the Jags had an awakening last season. They would go 13-4 on the season, 2nd seed in the AFC. First in the AFC South, obviously, they're going to be playing, I think it was the Browns in the first round. I was right. I have a good memory. Even though I was sick. Obviously, they are the 7th seed. I don't know why I said that. You literally know. But anyway, 3,583 passing yards from Keelon, 29 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 468 rushing yards from Keelon on 99 carries, 4.7 average yards per carry, so 7 touchdowns. And in the, I think it was second round. No, it was not. It was the second round. The divisional round. I thought it was the AFC. I thought we were the Steelers for a second, but we would lose to the Steelers 21-7. We would lose to the Raiders. It doesn't matter. The Raiders would end up winning the Super Bowl, though, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 37-31. Also, I did not show that last year. Oh, wait, no, I did show that. I'm a little dumb. But anyway, next season here, also Keelon, yes, he is still a 99, but I was wrong about the awakening. They went 5-12 and were second to last in the AFC. I don't remember who it was last time, whatever, who cares. 3,822 passing yards from Keelon to 24 interceptions to 6 touchdowns, other way around. But this year, the Las Vegas Raiders, I think this is their 3rd Super Bowl in 3 years, would beat the Commanders 21-18 in the Super Bowl. But Keelon is now back down to superstar at 32 years old at a 99 overall. Finally seeing some regression now, which, yeah, he's 32. Obviously, he's also his speed upgraded. I didn't even see that. I mean, he got older. I don't know how it upgraded. But anyway, next year, the Jacksonville Jaguars would go up 9-8, 6th seed in the AFC. And 2nd in the AFC South. Sorry, I'm kind of starting to slow down a bit because This has been a long recording. Obviously, I cut my recordings, but yeah, 3,353 passing yards from Keelon to 34 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. 35 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, not 34. But anyway, on the ground here, Keelon ran for 387 yards to 82 carries for 4.7 average yards per carries, 4.7 average yards per carries, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. And in the first round of the playoffs, the Miami Dolphins would end up beating us 31-24. They would make it all the way to the Super Bowl, playing the Rams, where they would lose 23-22 to the Rams, and no hardware once again for Keelon. Weirdly, though, in year number, I think this is 14, Keelon would go back to Superstar X Factor, but now he has dots, not, I think it was Bazooka, but he is still a 99, no regression. I find that a bit weird, but yeah, it's probably normal, whatever. But the Jags would go back to their 8-9 ways this season, missing out on the playoffs once again. And passing yards this year, Keelon would throw for 385 yards, 3,185 yards, 3,815 yards is what it was. 408 yards on the ground, though, for 91 carries. 4.5 average yards per carries to 4 touchdowns. I suck at saying average, apparently. But the Cleveland Browns will win the Super Bowl, beating the Los Angeles Rams this year 27-17, and no hardware once again for Keelon. It was Keelon's contract year, though, as he is no longer on the Jags, but this is weird. This game is really good. I mean, it's launch. You can't blame him, but he is not here. He just is not shown. But when I go to the roster, he says it's still here, but he's on the Jags for some reason. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it does that. See, he's just not here. He's still a 99, as we saw in the NFL roster, but I ended up finding him. It's okay. He is on the Saints. Don't ask why it shows he's on the Jaguars. He is not on the Jaguars. He is on the Saints. You will see that shortly. As said, Saints would go 13-4, finishing first in the NFC, getting that first round bye. They will take on the winner. I was going to say, I keep on thinking it's college football. As I told you, they were on the Saints, but 3,374 yards from Keelon here, 23 touchdowns and 1 interception. I don't know how he somehow got better. I mean, passing yards-wise, not really, but yeah, pretty good. 556 yards on the carries to 10 touchdowns, 4.8 average yards per carry, which, yeah, that's pretty good, but they have the first round bye. I just want to see who are they going to be playing in the first round. I don't know who Elaine is, but they're going to be playing the San Francisco 49ers. They ended up beating the Cowboys in the wildcard round, 29-23. But we made it all the way to the NFC Championship, where we would lose to the Los Angeles Rams. I think they're the defending Super Bowl champions, 17-0. We got shut out, but they would end up winning the Super Bowl. The Los Angeles Rams would beat the Indianapolis Colts 21-19. The Saints coach got Coach of the Year this year, but yeah, no hardware from Keelon again. Also didn't get a clip, but he signed a 2-year deal worth, I think it was $90 million. Yeah, it was $90 million. I have the image. I don't know why I said that. I can put it on screen right now. Actually, no, I can't, because it's not on my editing device. But he is still a 99 at 34. But the Saints would end up going 7-10, which, yeah, I guess progression and whatever. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They went 7-10. They missed out on the playoffs. You just got to bounce back next year. But 3,302 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. And I say bounce back next year, even though this is last year. He might end up leaving, but 398 rushing yards. And he had 7 touchdowns. He would end up retiring here. I forgot to show his little retire thing. It was, 15 years, right? But 56,415 yards. 6,832 attempts, 4,859 completions. Insane career. Well, that's actually not the best career. Actually, now that I think. It was a pretty good career, though. 431 touchdowns to 94 interceptions. That gave him a 71 completion percentage, by the way. Just wanted to show that because I didn't really show that in whatever it was. But 7,106 yards on rushing and 1,470 carries for 4.8 average yards per carries, 86 touchdowns, no fumbles. He had a 14 longest rush. Let's see, his longest pass was 80 yards, but yeah, that's going to do it for this career. Well, actually, we have to see, did he break any records? He didn't break any records for his career season game, rookie season, or rookie game in the NFL, but he didn't break any for the Saints, which, what am I thinking? He didn't play for the Saints his whole career. He played for the Jaguars his whole career. What am I doing? But he did break the passing yards and passing touchdowns record for career record in Jacksonville Jaguars history. But, on the season here, he broke the passing touchdowns record in a season with 36 in 2032. And in a game, he broke the passing touchdowns record in 2036. I think it was 2032 last time. This time he had 6 in a game, and in a rookie season, he broke the passing touchdowns record with 24. Obviously, we saw that in 2028, and in rookie game, he didn't break any records. But that's going to do it for this career simulation. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I did enjoy it. I really hope you did. Please subscribe to the channel and whatnot. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, goodbye.